Have you ever wondered how inmates live in the world's strictest prison? Now imagine a place where the sun barely shines, where the walls echo with stories of regret and redemption. This is no ordinary prison. This is El Salvador's infamous incarceration facility, reputed as the world's strictest prison. The name itself sends shivers down the spine, synonymous with high security measures and a life far removed from freedom. The prison's reputation is not unwarranted. It's a place where the iron bars are as cold as the hearts of those who've forgotten what it means to walk free. The living conditions? They're grim, to say the least. Inmates here are subjected to a life that's stripped of basic comforts, a life that's a constant reminder of their deeds. It's a world within a world where survival is the only law. Today we take an unflinching look into the daily life of prisoners in El Salvador, a life shrouded in iron and shadows. Dawn breaks, but the sun's rays barely penetrate the prison's thick walls. Inside El Salvador's strictest prison, a symphony of clanging metal and heavy footsteps heralds the start of a new day. The morning routine here is a rigidly structured affair, a stark departure from the liberty of choice most people experience in their daily lives. As the first streaks of light appear, a cacophony of alarms echo through the cold stone corridors. Prisoners are roused from their meager slumbers, the demands of the day ahead offering no respite for the weary. The relentless toll of the early wake-up call is the first reminder of the day that they are not free men. The limited personal care routine is a far cry from the comforts of home. Prisoners are allotted a mere few minutes for hygiene practices, under the watchful eyes of the guards. There's no leisurely shower or meticulous grooming here. Instead, a quick splash of water, a hurried shave, and they are herded back to their cells. The prison's strict rules and regulations govern every aspect of their lives, from when they can eat to when they can speak. There's no room for personal preferences or individual routines. Every action is dictated by the prison's timetable, a constant reminder of their loss of control. The morning routine in El Salvador's strictest prison is a stark contrast to the freedom most of us take for granted. It's a regimented existence, devoid of the small luxuries that make life bearable. Every morning as the sun rises, these men are reminded of the freedoms they've lost and the confines they exist within. But it's not all bleak. Amidst the harsh reality, there are glimmers of resilience, moments of solidarity between the prisoners, fleeting smiles exchanged, silent nods of understanding. These small acts of humanity, shining through the darkness, serve as a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and endure. A morning in El Salvador prison is a stark reminder of the loss of personal freedom. It's a world where every minute is accounted for, every action is monitored, and every moment serves as a reminder of the life they once had and the liberties they've lost. In the world's strictest prison, even basic necessities are a luxury. Here, in the heart of El Salvador, the concept of basic living is redefined. When it comes to food, prisoners are provided with a minimal diet, just enough to sustain them. The meals are often repetitive, consisting mainly of beans and corn tortillas, a staple in the Salvadoran diet. Occasionally, they might have a small serving of vegetables, or a piece of fruit, but this is a rarity, a luxury even. The quality of the food is nothing to write home about. It's plain, unseasoned, and served at room temperature. But for the inmates, it's not about the taste or the presentation. It's about survival. It's about getting through another day. Water, the source of life, is also a scarce commodity. Each inmate is allotted a certain amount per day, barely enough for drinking, let alone for personal hygiene. More often than not, prisoners have to ration it, choosing between quenching their thirst or washing themselves. And speaking of hygiene, let's delve into the topic of basic amenities. Prisoners are provided with the bare minimum: a toothbrush, a small bar of soap, a roll of toilet paper. These items, which we often take for granted, become highly valuable in this setting. Being able to keep oneself clean is not a given, it's a struggle. Clothing is another aspect of basic necessities that we should touch upon. Inmates are issued a single set of clothing, a plain, unadorned uniform. It's not about fashion or personal style here, it's about identification and uniformity. Living conditions are harsh, to say the least. The cells are small and overcrowded. The beds are hard slabs of concrete, there's no privacy, no comfort, everything is stripped down to the bare essentials. In short, life in the world's strictest prison is about survival, about making do with what little you have. It's a world where everything is rationed, where every item has its value, It's a world where there's no room for excess or waste. In this place, survival hinges on adapting to minimalism and deprivation. Work and play in El Salvador prison are far from ordinary. As the sun continues its ascent, the activity within the prison walls intensifies. Let's delve into the daily grind, the labor and leisure that shape the lives of the inmates. Work in this prison isn't a choice, it's a mandate. Every inmate is expected to contribute to earn their keep. The opportunities vary from manual labor like cleaning and maintenance to more skill-intensive tasks like carpentry, masonry, and even tailoring. Yet no matter the task, the underlying principle remains the same: discipline and control. Every tool is accounted for, every minute supervised. It's a stark reminder that even in labor, freedom is a far-off luxury. But it's not all work and no play in this fortress of discipline. Recreation too finds its place. Yet, like everything else, it's a far cry from what we might envision. The prison yard, often associated with free time and relaxation, is transformed into a stage where control plays the lead role. Physical exercise is a common sight. Push-ups, sit-ups, running-in-place activities that require minimal space yet demand maximum effort. But even in these moments of exertion, the ever-watchful eyes of the guards are never far away. Chess, a game of strategy and wits, is another popular pastime. Here the chessboard serves as a microcosm of their existence, a constant battle of moves and countermoves, each decision carrying weight and consequence. In this world, where the line between work and play blurs, every activity serves a dual purpose. On one hand, they provide a semblance of normalcy, a routine that mimics life outside the prison walls. On the other hand, they serve as a constant reminder of their incarceration, an unending cycle of control and discipline. Here, every minute is accounted for, every activity a testament to control. The world's strictest prison in El Salvador offers no escape from the relentless grasp of discipline, not even in work or recreation. This is the reality of life behind the formidable walls of discipline and control. Behind the bars and the grim facade, there are stories of humans. It's easy to forget that, isn't it? When we discuss the world's strictest prison, we often focus on the rules, the routine, the harsh realities. But what about the people? Each prisoner here carries a personal narrative, a life lived before these high walls and watchtowers. These stories are as varied as the individuals themselves. Some have grown up in poverty, others in the midst of violence. Some have been entangled in the web of crime since their early years, while others have made a single mistake that changed their lives forever. Then there are those who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law due to circumstances beyond their control. Like Carlos, a former teacher who was wrongfully accused and convicted. Or Miguel, who fell into the clutches of a violent gang at a tender age and saw no way out. Living in such a strict environment takes its toll. The constant surveillance, lack of privacy, and rigid routine can cause emotional distress and psychological strain. The absence of personal freedom is a heavy burden to bear. The effects are often profound, leading to depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. But we also see resilience. We see prisoners using their time to learn new skills, educate themselves, and plan for a better future. Despite the bleakness of their current reality, many hold on to hope, the most human trait of all. There are also moments of connection and camaraderie, like when they share stories, play a game of chess, or celebrate a fellow inmate's birthday. These moments, however fleeting, offer a glimpse of humanity within these concrete walls. These personal narratives, these human aspects, are an integral part of the prison's fabric. They remind us that prisons are not just institutions of punishment, but also places of rehabilitation and transformation. These stories remind us that behind each cell door is a human living a life of extreme discipline. Life in El Salvador prison is a world away from the norm. The daily reality here is one of harsh conditions, strict discipline, and a starkly different approach to the concept of freedom. The morning routine is a ritual of order and obedience, a far cry from the choices most of us enjoy at the start of our day. The food and basic necessities provided are minimal, underscoring the austere life of the incarcerated. Work and recreation, too, are governed by the prison's strict regimen, with little room for leisure or personal pursuits. Yet, amid these grim circumstances, we've delved into the human aspect of prison life. We've discovered that even in the harshest of environments, the human spirit endures. It adapts, finds meaning, and clings to the hope of a better tomorrow. In the world's strictest prison, every day is a testament to survival, a battle against the odds, and a reflection of the human spirit's resilience.